There's this girl. She says that her life is a race, but she's still trying to figure out what that means because her life has been really confusing lately. She started this race long ago. Even before she took her first breath, her path was being set for her. It started off slow, no doubt, but as she learned, she became faster and stronger, growing up too fast, they would say. But she wanted to grow as fast as she could. She wanted to win her race so very badly. Except she couldn't help but look over at those beside her. They're faster than me. He's stronger than me. She's smarter than me. And these toxic thoughts didn't come all at once, but they became much more evident over time. But she knew she had to keep running, even if she had to walk for some time. Soon into middle school, other kids started getting jealous of her accomplishments. She couldn't help it. She worked hard at what she wanted to achieve. But these kids, they started to come into her lane, disrupt her life, her race. They knocked her down, leaving her alone, feeling like no one would come to save her. But someone did come. She had people in her life who cared about her, and she needed that support to keep going. So she limped for a while, and yet they stayed with her, encouraging her to keep going. Even if she only took one step, that was better than not going anywhere. Nevertheless, she pushed through the pain, knowing that this wouldn't be the last time she would encounter a valley before her mountaintop. What came next was unexpected. High school became a priority in her life. The pressure of grades and having a social life started to become suffocating. She couldn't breathe without remembering that everything was going wrong. She couldn't breathe without remembering how he said she was worthless, how she said that she was ugly. She began to notice others passing her left and right, and she started to believe them, even though what they said wasn't true. These expectations put on her shoulders by society weighed down on her so much to where she was drowning. She couldn't escape it. No one was coming to help her. All alone, sinking to rock bottom. Until a hand came under the water, begging her to live. She grabbed on, leaving everything behind, getting rid of the weight on her shoulders, the dread, the worry, the anxious thoughts, and self-hatred, all gone. She was a new person, not living for the approval of others. It was Jesus. He saw her at her lowest point, hitting rock bottom, and he held out his hand to her and to you. And he says that you are precious to him, made in his image and loved more than anything. She took his hand and said that she couldn't do life alone anymore. With Jesus by her side, she knew that no matter what would come her way, he was with her through everything. She let go of everything holding her down the moment she took his hand. Why? How, you ask? Because Jesus gave everything, dying for her, for you. He took the weight from her and said, I love you, my child. You are worth it to me. So she kept running, a new spring in her step. She wouldn't look over and see everyone passing her by. She would see Jesus with her every step of the way. Because after all, she learned that she wasn't competing against other people in her life. She was supposed to love them, even when they didn't love her back. Why? Because Jesus died for her, even if she wouldn't love him in return. So what is she racing against? What are we racing against if it's not against people? If anything, the race is against time, making use of every second and not wasting our limited time here. She didn't run against her neighbors trying to beat them out. She started running to the Father, to Jesus, because he gave everything for her. She gave her all for him, and she knew that his plan was far greater than she could imagine. So she loved people in the time that she had, not caring about their beliefs, but knowing that they could be exactly where she was not too long ago. So she truly loved people so that they could see Jesus in her, and that maybe, just maybe, they could receive the peace that she has felt. She was finally free.